Quit acting stupid. With
Bobby,
Sammy,
Rudy,
and
Andy.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Quit Acting Stupid. I'm your host, Jamie Paredes, and joining me as always are my brothers, Bobby, Rudy, and Andy. I would say how you doing, but I think we're all pretty crappy. Would that be safe to say?
I've been better.
Yeah, pretty crappy. That's a yeah from Sandlot. That's actual
baseball. Let's move on to baseball.
Guys, was I the only one? Was I the only one that didn't hear the theme song playing today?
I guess so. Yeah, I was wondering what you were doing.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear it. Didn't even know we had started.
Yes.
Oh Lord. Neither did the Chiefs.
Par for how my days have gone. Sorry, what did you say?
You have that in common with the Chiefs. You didn't know that it started.
I think as of now, I still have yet to see the Chiefs score. I mean, I bailed towards the end of the third quarter. They hadn't even scored yet. I should have been our opening theme. Wow. Yeah. We should have played that out of the gate.
Yeah.
We all totally forgot Bobby saying, I have something to play as soon as we start talking about the Chiefs.
I didn't realize I've never heard taps with the notes that drawn out. I thought it was going to be a little quicker, but he was really hitting those notes long anyway.
Well, it's
the Jennifer Hudson of the trumpet.
It's not Yakety Sax. I mean, come on, bro. We're supposed to be Yakety Sax. You don't know what Yakety Sax is? He don't know what Yakety Sax is.
It sounded familiar.
It's Jamie that doesn't know, right? Is that what we said?
Yeah,
Jamie doesn't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie doesn't know anything.
Okay.
You have seen Benny Hill, right?
Hey, shh. Don't tell him.
No, now you already ruined it. Now I know what it is. Yeah. Yes. And I would agree. What is that on your hat? I'm distracted by the wiener that is on.
Is that the fountain?
It's a wiener with some genital warts or something.
It's a Kansas City Royals, City of Fountains.
Looks like a fountain.
Oh, those are fountains. Okay.
It's a Royals hat. See that? All-Star.
No, it's essentially a Rorschach test that both of you two failed miserably.
Look at that with the big words. The Rorschach. Yeah. Anyway, so Chiefs, guys, the Chiefs.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have yet to see. I was surprised when I saw the final score. To be honest, I was like, "Oh, this was a close game, 40-22." They only lost.
It was 40-14 when I stopped. What was who watched it the longest? I'm curious.
Well, here's the thing. First of all, before we get into that, I do want to apologize to our guest last week, Chris Genovese, because my total disrespect for how good the Philadelphia Eagles was. I think I even clipped it and posted it on social media. Like, I had no belief that they were going to do anything to the Chiefs, and boy, was I wrong. I watched it all the way up till the Harrison Ford commercial, and then I left Mom's house. But I will say I did come home when I saw, like, how'd they get 22? Like, so I went back on YouTube TV and played it, and kind of.
I'm usually the guy who, because I basically when my team starts to get blown out, I will watch the whole thing. I will sit there and force myself to watch it all. Kind of like what is it? I can't think of the movie, but where they sit the guy in front of the thing.
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange, yeah.
Which I've never seen, but go ahead.
I basically torture myself because to basically punish myself for being a fan of such a terrible team. And so I will watch every last play, but this one I was just like, nah, dude, I'm out. I can't. It was just.
So I left Mom and Dad's, and I knew what the result was. Obviously, I think I left right after Rudy did. But I turned it on my phone and watched it the whole way home. So I I had to sit there and
While you were driving? That's not safe.
That's illegal in Missouri. You can't have your phone out while you're driving.
20 minutes into the drive, I was in Kansas, so it was fine. Not a big deal.
Yeah, that's the one thing me and Kaylee looked at each other at halftime and said, at least we're not at mom and dad's right now. I felt like that would not have been.
No, that was actually better, I think. Me, I'm better when I am around other people because I can't act stupid.
Probably.
So, like, especially like because my daughters were there, and I'm like, I can't be a complete idiot. So, like, I'm driving home. I'm like, I'm kind of down about it. Whatever. I get home and Avery's just bawling because apparently her teacher said that.
Oh, I said she was bawling because the Chiefs lost.
Yeah, because apparently her teacher said they would get a treat or something if the Chiefs. I don't know, and so now she wasn't going to get it, and it was just like it's fine, So like I had to console her, and so I couldn't be upset. So I was like, hey, this is kind of helpful. It's therapeutic. For
Hold
me.
on, what an awful teacher if she comes through with the fact that no, they lost, you don't get shit. Like that would be crazy.
I asked her yesterday, did you guys get a treat? And she's like, no. It's like, maybe I heard something wrong then because surely it wasn't one of those like, no, they lost. I said it.
Well, I said it. Too bad. Take it up with Mr. Mahomes, not me. You don't get a
so she was like, it was like, oh, it's okay. No, it isn't. And it was just like it was a whole thing. And
I fully behind you on that because I found that too. Like that keeps me in check to be in a group of people.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, so I had two friends over here, and then I had the kids, and so Nathan goes to bed first. Vanessa is still here. She's just watching movies on the iPad the whole time, but she's sitting here with all of us. Well, it's time for her to go to bed, and this was after halftime. It was bleak, and she just normally puts up her I don't want to go to bed fuss, starts melting down, and we didn't like ease her into it. She's just been on the iPad all day, and all of a sudden she finished a movie, and we looked up. It's like, oh, it's 8:00. It's time to go to bed anyway. And so it was just a complete like rug pull for her. She melts down. She is screaming as Kaylee is taking her upstairs to bed, and the three guys watching the game, are all just like, it's exactly how I feel right now. And truthfully, I would have stopped watching the game sooner if I didn't have people over. And eventually, once they left, I was like, okay, now I can probably turn this off.
Yeah, I was tempted after the first drive after halftime. I was tempted to just be like, because my excuse was, hey, it's a school night. Girls need to get to bed. I should probably go help.
Number one, I've seen enough games with Mahomes, and even into the third quarter, I still kept thinking, all right, there's a chance here. All they need is the one. But I'm also a bit of a masochist. And so, you're talking about, no, I have been here all season. I'm going to watch till the very bitter, nasty, ugly end. I'm not changing it. I'm going to sit here and force myself.
Well, because it's all you have left. It's all you have left until August, September, October. I mean,
July.
So July.
I stayed in as long as I could. What did it for me was seeing them do the Gatorade bath on Nick Sirianni before the 2-minute warning. Even
that was a kick to the balls.
Yeah, I was like,
before the 2-minute warning.
Wow,
he had to be sticky out there for a while.
That was before they threw a 55-yard touchdown pass to Xavier Worthy.
Yeah. I think they scored 2 more touchdowns after that, didn't they?
I think just one, because I saw the first one. It was 40-13 or whatever. I think, or 40-14, whatever it was.
But they hit one with Hopkins, so Hopkins caught one too. So
so that's what I'm saying. That's the one I saw. It was 40-14. Then the Gatorade bath, and then I went upstairs, and then that's when I saw the final. I was like, oh, they got the ball back, and they scored. And
here's how stupid I was when they threw that bomb. I was kind of like, wait a minute, like hold on. But then not realizing that, if we don't get this onside kick.
Me too.
Well,
it's not a make it take it. Yeah.
The onside kick before that, where Leo Chenal kicked it, I thought that was really smart, and they almost got that. And I kind of thought after
these are things I'm learning about for the first time. Tell me more about this onside kick.
That's the thing. I didn't want to be in Jamie's position where somebody else is having to tell me about the game. I'm like, oh, really? That happened? I mean, I didn't see that because I turned it off. No, I was not turning off at all.
Yeah.
To make
Well,
it worse, no, go ahead, Andrew.
No. I was gonna answer Jamie's question, but it was probably
Well, I was
rhetorical.
gonna sidetrack a little bit and just say that to make it worse, Dad had the wrong pizza order. He put the wrong crust on that pizza.
I
Come
know.
on, Dad. For an
Yeah,
extra
it's
dollar.
different.
For an extra dollar. I'll pay for an extra. We had what, 7 pizzas?
$7 more.
7 more dollars, Dad. And we all would have had a better night. Slightly, but slightly.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Andrew.
It's
Yeah, Dad really fumbled that one. He dropped the ball there.
See what you did.
No, I was just gonna say I remember thinking even before the game went south, thinking this is I always like to think about who's probably not going to be on the team next year. Who is this the last hurrah with the team, especially during this dynasty? And that's the other thing too, because like I don't want to sound like a spoiled fan because it's like, well, what's the story of each team? Like I really loved last year's team because they were awful on offense, but they had an amazing defense, and you knew L'Jarius Sneed probably wasn't going to be back. And I was like, I want the defense to win this Super Bowl because the offense has struggled so much. And so then this year it was all about the redemption of Kareem Hunt, and they bringing back the older guys like him and Juju. And it just felt like Bolton, Trey Smith, there's going to be a lot of guys that probably aren't coming back.
Yeah.
Justin Reed.
I didn't even think about that until after the game was over, because I didn't stop to think this could be the last game that we see so-and-so or so-and-so. But then after the game's over or towards the end, you start hearing on TV about all the guys that are free agents. It was actually in the post game, and about, Reed's a free agent, Bolton, Trey Smith. And I'm like, ooh, a lot of these guys they're not going to be able to pay all of these guys. So I'm just like, wow, that might have been the last time we saw Justin Reed. And in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, well, Bolton, you've got to have back. Trey Smith, definitely.
Trey Smith gone.
Reed, I don't know.
Trey Smith is gone. He's going to get big. Trey Smith's gone. He's going to get big money from somebody else. There's no way they're going to bring him back. Bolton will keep. Reed, who knows? Maybe if he'll take a little bit less. He sounded like he wants to stay, but
I gotta say, I think I heard a couple of years, like it might have been last year. I was listening to Ryan Clark on the on something, one of the many shows that he's on, and he was talking about the Super Bowl and losing it, and how, because I think he lost a Super Bowl and he might have won one or something. I think he said he lost one. And
RC?
What's that?
I just said RC. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. And he was talking about how horrible the feeling it is to lose a Super Bowl. And dude, it just as a fan, like that's just been awful. Like the two that we've lost, and they've been like no doubters. Like not even.
Thing. They were both just absolute no contests, and Mahomes is running for his life in each. And I would have thought that you would never lose another Super Bowl that way again, and yet here you are. You lost it the exact same way because you had an offensive line couldn't protect him.
Would you rather be like the last Philly game in the Super Bowl? Would you rather be on the other end of that, like a close game like that, or would you rather be blown out? Like, I feel like getting blown out is embarrassing. I don't want to watch TV. I don't want to. Everybody's making fun of you. In fact, I don't think Jimmy Fallon's that funny at all anymore. But last night or on Monday's show, they played. We're going to show you the Chiefs highlights from the Super Bowl, and it was the coin toss, and then that was it. It was actually pretty funny. But like,
see, they're not making fun of you.
They're
making fun of the team that you're cheering for.
Our city.
Like why take it so personal?
Hey, but wait a minute. Wait. If somebody doesn't make fun of you, but they're making fun of your kids, why are you taking it so personal? It's not you. They're not making kids. Oh, okay, all right. So
this is the kingdom. This is the kingdom, bro.
This kingdom are my kids.
I know, for me, because I often have that where like after a loss, and I'm like, why do I feel crappy? Yeah. But it's because I spent especially with football, I spent all week anticipating this game, waiting for this game. What am I going to eat? Who's coming over? What time are we doing? Like, there was so much.
What am I going to eat?
There's so much lead up to it. No, it is, like, especially for the Super Bowl.
I just talked shit to our last guest. I just talked shit to him about how they suck, and now I look like an idiot.
And I say that, but had it been like Mizzou in the national championship game,
Yeah.
I probably would have. Yeah,
And the reason we feel this way is because we've invested a lot emotionally. Obviously, we started literally all the way back in training camp. So back in August, we were there with this team, and then every Sunday, whether it's at mom's or at our house, you're watching every week, and so you invest so much emotionally that, yeah, when they drop a deuce like that, a turd. I mean, you're just like,
Just terrible.
Well,
I
for
think
me-
I go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say for me, it's not. It's like me. I don't put that much into it during the season because it's just like season doesn't matter until we get to the playoffs, and then when it's
Right.
playoffs come, then I'm like, okay, I'm into it. So like my stomach's in knots before the Super Bowl. Like that's the, these three playoff games are really the only ones that matter to me. And I finally get in, and big turd in the punch bowl.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
I was gonna say, when you're talking about would you rather be blown out or lose it really close in the
I'd rather
overtime
be
or at the end?
blown out.
I think it's like, it's like getting blown out when it was just over immediately, just never started, just felt like a slow car accident that you're watching, instead of just something that just happens all at once. Like I was like, because honestly, I was thinking about it. So we've seen 2 Super Bowl losses that just were just total blowouts. It felt eerily similar, awful. And I was thinking like, oh, well, that's all I know. He's either being blown out in the Super Bowl or winning it in the fourth quarter. But then I started thinking about cross sport comparison here. But as Kansas City fans, we've had both ends because remember the end of the 2014 World Series with the tying run at third, maybe your best hitter up and popping out like to me, like that's the complete other end of the spectrum. So we've had it both. So can you compare those two? Which one?
But you go back to the 2014. I don't know how you guys remember that game 7, but when Madison Bumgarner came in and we didn't have the lead, I was like, boom, it's over. And they gave you a little bit of glimmer at the end.
That's why that was like that, like you said, that little glimmer, that like, oh, there's something. And then just the fact that it was Salvi was up, because I know he had homered off of Bumgarner in game 1 of that series, and he just was like, he'd come through in the wild card. I was like, this is it, like this is the right guy up with the and just didn't.
I don't know, man. The Chiefs stopped Saquon, so what they had to do, like shut him down.
Well, it was just like the last Eagles game where they couldn't run there, and granted they didn't have Saquon Barkley, but it was Hurts that just picked them apart. Like they were converting every third down, with the passing game.
And the telling stat was at halftime they had 24 points. The Chiefs had 26 total yards.
23 yards, I think.
23, yeah.
I remember at halftime saying like it's 17 or 24 nothing, but I was like, but I feel like our defense is playing really good. They just there was a pick 6 and an interception right in their territory, and it was like this. I don't know what it's one of those things where I even said it to the group. I was like, the worst part about this is I don't know why this is happening. Like the defense looks good. The offense is just can't adjust. Like, why are they not doing anything? And honestly, I just feel like the goal was to stop Saquon and make Jalen beat you, which he did. But I feel like it looks differently if you can at least have your offense on the field for more than they had one first down.
The offense couldn't stay on the field. They lost the time of possession. But the biggest thing, guys, is me, and I know Dad has said this forever in ages. Football coaches, I don't care what level you're at, pro all the way down to freaking high school. Football coaches are the most stubborn people. They have a way that they're going to win. They have a way that they've seen it work, and doggone it, they're going to stick to it. And
that comes with a decade of Marty Schottenheimer.
I mean, but it's not just him. There's a lot of coaches that are that way. Andy Reid, he ran the ball. The Chiefs had 9 rushes the whole game. They ran the ball 9 times.
Yeah,
9. Wait. Where's the?
God damn it!
They ran the ball 9 times.
9 times.
Exactly. That's how many times they ran the ball.
And 6 of them couldn't be Mahomes, just so I could cash that ticket.
Yeah, and Andrew, you made my night a little bit better. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, my night was really rough because I went very heavy on Chiefs props, not just with you, but on like DraftKings.
Did you? Yeah, I'm going through his checklist of bets that he sent me, and I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
ooh, ooh.
And they all sounded good. That's the worst things. They all sound good at the beginning, and then
You know what's funny? Because I think you and I, Andrew, listen to the same radio show, and when I was listening to all those prop bets, I'm like, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. P Ryan's gonna catch whatever the fucking
7.5.
thing was, and
over 7.5.
And I'm like, yeah, he'll get that easy. And I was gonna do all of it, but then I'm not a bettor. I don't.
Well,
do
and
it.
here's the thing: is like I didn't mind because it was the last game of the season. I'm like, I just want to put in bets for everything that I want to happen, even if it can't even logically all make sense. But I was just shocked. But again, the one thing I did not expect was for the offense to be lifeless. Like I did all Chiefs prop bets. I had one, and you know what else? I had one Eagles parlay where Hurts touchdown under on Saquon, which I thought that would be the kicker. And then it was Goddard. Goddard not getting 50 yards was what killed me. How can you score 40 points and your tight end and the Chiefs are horrible against tight ends? Can't get 50.
Yeah,
can't get 50.
That was another one. I thought for sure Goddard would.
What I will say is I only won like maybe three or four bets that I put in on the night, but they were all plus money bets. They were what saved me on my FanDuel. I actually made money on FanDuel because one of my touchdown bets was plus 650 on Hopkins, and that won me like everything I lost.
So I don't want to talk betting because I lost a crap ton on Sunday. Don't tell anybody.
That's all right. Nobody's listening anyway.
I know.
But nobody's listening anyway.
But what was funny was I was trying to get our dad to, I'm getting hyped for the game before the game, pregame, and I'm trying to get Dad. Hey, Dad, don't you want to do the DraftKings? You can do the pick six or the underdog or whatever, and you can over under the props. And I said, come on, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to take your virginity. We're gonna learn this how to do this. And
Is that a challenge?
And he said
because I don't have money.
Well, that too, but no, he said, yeah, basically I'm on a fixed income. I'm retired. So he could not put money in on those bets.
Guys,
he's the big winner. Mikey wins.
I thought was really cool before the game started was, did you guys see Travis Kelce's outfit when he showed up?
Yeah.
And he,
70
chest hair, yellow. Out? He had to wear that out as a loser. He had to, there's video of him going up looking for his family and looking for Taylor in the suite level.
Damn.
But he didn't even have the worst night. You talk about clothing. Did you guys hear what happened to Harrison Butker?
No.
Oh my God.
His pants were too tight. His pants got even tighter and they split.
I sure hope this isn't something I read like on a parody site on Twitter, but
The Onion.
Apparently somebody stole his clothes during the game. Now he lockers right next to Mahomes, so he thinks somebody came in and stole his clothes, thinking that they were Mahomes' clothes. But yeah, he came out of the shower in a towel, and I don't know what ended up happening, but his clothes were stolen out of the locker room during the game.
I hadn't heard that yet. That's hilarious. They deserve it.
Unless I'm repeating something that, like I said, was on I read it and it was a parody and it was not actually true, but I believe that's what happened.
I'm seeing it I Googled it. I'm seeing it on 3 different things, but they're not like real reputable sites. But if 3 different places are saying it, then
if only we had the drop, take the Amigos clothes.
How was there nobody in the locker room? Like,
hold on, here it is.
Around bucket naked.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Well, see, I was gonna talk about how Kelsey I didn't think wore the jacket out. He was
right. I don't think
gold jacket, green jacket. Who gives a shit?
He did look stupid, regardless. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But
all right. So
speaking of outfits, how about those bell bottoms that what's that guy's name?
Kendrick Lamar.
I learned he's K. Dot. Is that what the kids say?
Yeah.
I never heard that.
I think that's like the Kansas Department of Transportation.
No, apparently this is this Kendrick Lamar guy. I don't know.
So it's going to be very shocking to you.
That's shocking.
That Jamie didn't know who the performer was.
I knew who he
Even-
was. I
even after
wouldn't
we-
have been able to pick him out of the lineup, but I
Even
heard
after
the
we
name before.
talked
So-
a lot about his beef tracks.
Beef
I
tracks.
know. Yeah, I mean, that's all I know about him is that he makes good beef tracks.
So it's funny. I felt
So
bad.
beefy.
Jamie was the odd man out. He was the old man because there we are. I think I got my mom to yell at me because I'd turned her TV up so loud
Oh
during the
my
halftime
god! I had
show.
to leave because I had a headache.
I turned the TV way up for Kendrick Lamar's performance. And there we are between Miranda, me, Kylie, Rudy. I mean, we're singing along, and when it comes to the exactly, yes. So we know the songs, and then you look over at Jamie, and he's just like, "Get off my lawn!" I mean, he had no idea.
Here's the deal. I enjoy I enjoy good symbolism. I enjoy a story, whatever. If somebody had told me, "Hey, that's what's happening here," that stuff goes right over my head. If you don't like basically slap me in the face with it, I don't know that that's what you're doing. Like I see guys.
I'll be honest, I didn't get all the symbolism at the time. I had to go back and later read an article about everything that was in that performance, and it was astonishing how much was in that.
And if you would have told me that, if I would have read that article before the performance, I still would have been like, okay, I don't really get it, but hey, this is why I don't like superhero movies. I have to have comedies because I don't like to think during, while I'm being entertained. But whatever.
That's weird. But I know I knew of this song because I knew it was the Drake diss track, and they did the A minor and all that kind of stuff.
Beef
I didn't
track.
I didn't actually listen to it until I remember the Royals when they were in the playoffs. They played it in their post game celebrations when they were doing champagne showers and stuff. It was in the background. I was like, oh, what's this song? And then I was like, oh, that's the song that's been everywhere. So,
Great. It was funny because we all at once were, on the A minor part, we all just knew what the words were, except poor Jamie over there.
I only know 2 Kendrick Lamar songs, and that's the only one that was there that they played there. You know what I mean? So here's the thing, because
Squabble up.
For all the other songs, like I didn't know what the heck he was saying. Like I hate to sound like I'm a million years old, but
Yeah.
he has a bit of a mush mouth delivery.
A little bit, yeah. Me and Rudy actually, we took our boys to go see him in concert. What was that? Just last year, and my son has taught me a lot about just a lot of the lyrics and what they're about, and it's very not political is not the right word, but just very
socially
empowering,
aware?
socially aware. Yeah, very empowerment. Yeah, very much empowerment. So
Would that be considered woke? I don't know.
Yeah,
Throwing
I
out
think
words here now.
would be perhaps. But did you guys know? I just learned this the other day, and again, I'm thinking this is probably true. I didn't know what the Crip Walk was. That Serena was doing.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, but it's not about.
Man, I wish I could do it right now.
Do you know
was
it's
big
not
when I
about?
was in high school.
You know, it's
I
not.
feel
about
like mom
Crips.
right now when I just got up and just we used to do when I was in high school. We used to do.
Yeah,
it's not about the Crips.
It's not about the Crips. Did you know that?
Pyros and Crips.
It
But
was. It began with Harry, and his nickname was Crip Hurd, a double amputee. So it
How
was.
would he do that then?
He apparently tossed aside his crutch. I think he lost his arms. He tossed aside his crutch and still danced on a prosthetic leg. And he was
That
a black
makes sense.
man.
You could do.
I love that.
It's
Look, you
black-
could do it on crutches a little bit.
A black man? He was a black man?
They came up with the dance, the Crip Walk, yeah. But he was also crippled.
I was gonna do remember the movie Soul Plane or Soul Man with C. Thomas Howell when he goes, he was a black, I couldn't. I realized the line was.
Am I dropping money?
The line was more offensive than I remember.
I was going to try to reference another 3-2 baseball team, Blackman
Blackman Funeral Home.
Yeah,
Right there on the shelf. See that little guy standing up there on the shelf? Black.
Anyway, I was trying to make a point about.
Yeah, so it's from a guy.
Anyway,
an
Black
amputee.
History.
And apparently, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, talking about the Serena Williams part of it, I had no idea she used to date Drake. So I didn't know that was
either.
a...
New shit has
was
come to
maybe-
light.
Yeah, that was surprising to me. And apparently everybody knows that.
As did SZA.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, really?
So, like, it makes...
Also
I
a
found-
former girlfriend.
I found out the
heard
thing
you
about
guys-
Serena first, and then I found out it was like a domino for me.
I didn't know that.
I heard you guys mention somebody named SZA, and I'm like reading, articles about the whole thing, the next day, and I was like, who's SZA? Oh, that must be that SZA fellow. Or
Do you know who the Jizza and the RZA are as well?
all right, we're done with that.
That's
You're
Wu-Tang.
making stuff up now.
No, I'm not making stuff up.
That's
Those are members of the Wu-Tang. Those are members of the
RZA,
Wu-Tang.
Jizza,
No.
All right, Snoop, my
Snoopaloop.
Snoop is-
for shizzle.
Snoop is he's the Uncle Tom.
He's ending hate.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom Brady.
Uncle Tom dog.
Wait.
Oh.
Before are we done with the halftime show, or we want to get into
I
commercials
think
now?
so.
I was going to mention that guy. Did you hear about the guy that got kicked out for holding up the flag? Like
I did.
He's like banned for like every NFL thing ever,
He was one of her backup, one of the backup dancers, right?
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, real quick, and I wanted to talk to you guys before we started recording this because I don't know if anybody will care, but okay, so we were at Mom's. You guys remember the this commercials, Andrew? You want to talk about commercials? The Martha Stewart commercial, right? Remember where she started?
Yeah.
The body of that dancer that was a friend of Parker's.
Nice.
I know who, because he on his Instagram he's got like dots all over his face, like they did the that kind of thing. So there's that. So he knew that person. And then Bobby, the commercial with all the boobies that you kept talking about that you were oogling. Yeah, one of Parker's friends was in that as well. Her boobies were on there. So
Ended up being about breast cancer. I think
It would have been funny if you would have said, "Yeah, my daughter was in that commercial."
Well, So we knew the booby girl, one of the booby girls, and the Martha Stewart. Yeah. So
You know that feeling like when you're watching Super Bowl commercials, because commercials usually when you gotta go to the bathroom. So like you kind of like get the sense of what the commercial is. Like, oh, I don't need to see this one. I'll go.
Yeah.
Kaylee did that, and it was the one where the kid at first he's like boxing. Looks like these kids like shadow boxing, and she left to go do something. She's like, I don't need to see this. And then immediately it was ring the bell, and it was all about surviving cancer and everything.
She walked out on the cancer kid.
Yeah, it was like, so you walked out on a
she
cancer.
just saw a little brown kid and was like, no, I gotta go drop my own brown kids off. So
And by
Kaylee probably thought, no, this is a DEI commercial. I don't need to see it.
I got enough brown kids in this house. So
I get brown kids when I go to your mom's on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the I didn't, I don't, whenever the Chiefs are in it, I'm not really paying that much attention to the commercials. But,
well, to be frank, the Chiefs weren't really in it. So
maybe that's why I noticed more this year.
Yeah.
In the last couple years. I like the Eugene Levy one with the eyebrows.
But then there was a very
real quick. I wanted to sneak in when you said to be frank. I wanted to say, can I still be Jamie? But you guys went too fast. But go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's Garth Algar. But no, the Pringles commercial was very similar to the eyebrow commercial.
The Pringles was the eyebrow one. What was the other one? There was a mustache.
The eyebrow. No, the eyebrow was Little Caesars with Eugene Levy.
Oh, you're right. I just remember it was Eugene Levy.
Then Pringles had an exact thing where the mustache started flying around.
We all commented on it.
I gotta all see the commercials. I didn't really get to see them during the game.
Well, you're right, because Jay and Silent Bob were in one.
Yeah, they didn't have any speaking lines.
No. Well, I saw something.
That's why they call them Silent Bob.
Online and on social media. Yeah, they showed where they did have lines, but the one that played during the game didn't.
Yeah. That's what made me think of the whole commercial thing. But
did you guys notice Bill Belichick's girlfriend was in the Dunkin' Donuts commercial? I mean, they've been dating all 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
I was going to ask, was that really her? Or because is she a face now enough? Or could they have just cast anybody and said that was her?
No, she's a face.
That was her.
Okay.
She's a face.
There was so
for
much
sure.
going on that one, going on in that commercial. It made me dizzy.
Then he talks
Just
in
the
the
Boston-
accent. You're trying to
the
listen to
Boston-
what he has to say, and the accent's off-putting.
No, the accent is what does it for me. That's the funniest accent ever. I love Bostonians and their wicked awesome accent. It's
So to have it, beat up some smack ass,
Duncan,
hack my car.
wicked
Anyway.
awesome.
I love
You are
Duncan,
the
man.
ones who are the ball lickers.
Sorry, that was me. We
Very
just,
random.
Jay, we were just talking about Jay in a commercial, and
So,
That doesn't make sense.
So yeah, so
Oh, you know what? I just as this wasn't planned, but because you guys brought up Belichick's girlfriend, did you guys watch the NFL honors?
You remember?
I was traveling, and I saw that it was on Thursday night. Now, it's usually on Saturday, so I was planning on watching it like on a Saturday right before the game, but no, I didn't see it.
I haven't seen it, but I recorded it, and I just saw a couple clips the other day. I don't know if Snoop Dogg was hosting it, but I know he did like a monologue.
That's the other reason I didn't watch it. I saw he was hosting it.
Oh, well, I know I can't remember. I heard him go after, he did some joke on Joe Burrow that was really good. And I didn't hear the joke on Belichick's girlfriend, but it was one of those ones I was seeing as I was scrolling.
yeah, he basically said that he was getting older, that he remembers how the Cowboys, when he remembers when the Cowboys were good. That's how long he's been around. He also remembers when the Chiefs were bad. And then he said, and I also remember that it didn't work, that Bill Belichick's
it didn't?
girlfriend. Yeah, he's like, something about and also Bill Belichick's girlfriend wasn't born yet or something. I get it. We're making fun of her because she's young, but I don't.
Okay.
It wasn't
the Joe Burrow, whatever the Joe Burrow joke was, and I don't even remember, so I won't repeat it. But I thought it was pretty funny because it was
from what I hear, he was pretty terrible. But I don't know as a host, but I didn't watch it.
Curious.
I did turn it on a couple times, and there were some big linemen dancing, and I'm like, what am I doing? I got better stuff to do than this, but I didn't.
I didn't have anything better to do, but I'm boycotting Snoop because, anyway, he's an Uncle Tom.
Because he's. Oh, you're woke.
Are we able to call people Uncle Toms?
I don't know. It feels racist when you say it. So
really,
I don't
am I
know.
not supposed to be saying that?
Too late. I don't know. It feels icky when you say it.
Hold on.
Will Xavier's kids call Tomas Uncle Tom?
Tom. Uncle Tom.
So what else did we have we gone through the Super Bowl with a fine-tooth comb?
Yes,
I think so. Without bringing up the more political parts of it too, because
did you see Chris Jones? Did you see Chris Jones?
Yeah,
I did.
Go. Yeah.
Stop his workout, and anyway, his
it wasn't just him.
The video just shows him. I see everyone continuing their pregame rituals.
He's the one that like went up and shook his hand and had to like get somebody to say, "Yeah, come on," because he like went and somebody stopped him, and then
yeah.
But then if the video keeps going, then you see Karlaftis and like all the defensive line guys came up. I don't know who else do. But
well, you know what? I'm glad they lost then.
Somebody tweeted about that. Some
it made me feel a little
Chiefs
better
fan
about it.
Was like, I hate that my team lost, but I love that Trump's team lost.
Yeah.
And
Because they literally, without getting into politics, even though we do, and we just say without getting into it, but then we get into it. They had a video of Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, and they asked both of them, what is it like to, play in front of the president? And Jalen Hurts was very like, I don't care. Like,
he said he can do what he wants.
Yeah, he can do what he wants. But Mahomes was very, it's an honor, dude.
I don't think it was Mahomes. I think it was Kelsey.
No, it was Mahomes. I saw
Mahomes.
I think
Kelsey was pretty. You could tell he wasn't comfortable with saying it, but he did kind of, give the president some props or whatever. But
I think
I ride with Jalen Hurts, man.
I think it was all of them, to be honest, and I think it was probably like a team PR person that probably says, "Hey, if you're asked about this, here's some canned responses." Safe.
I'm sure Clark Hunt put it. The guy that signs their check is very pro.
Yeah, well, that's disgusting.
You know where your bread is buttered. Speaking of buttered bread, we were talking about that earlier with Dad. But anyways,
Well, the only other thing I was going to say about the political part of things was it being a Fox broadcast that I couldn't really trust what they were showing and what they weren't because everybody on Twitter was
on the score bug.
Right.
oh, that was a terrible score bug.
I know it was pretty rough.
The score
The
thing
bug was awful.
No, the score bug.
Yeah.
Score bug. Why do we keep calling it a bug? You're talking about the thing at the bottom. The graphic.
Yeah, I never heard anybody say that, but that's what everybody's referring to.
It's called a bug or a widget. It's not really a widget. It's a bug. It's a score bug.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
I just call it a graphic, but whatever.
The more you know. Anyway.
No, I was just saying that I was hearing about like people booing him and all this kind of stuff, and of course you weren't seeing any of that there. But I feel like somebody showed like even on the screen when they did show him, they put in like cheering or something behind it.
So I heard that Fox pumped in some cheers on the broadcast.
No, really?
But if you were actually there at the game, he was booed. And
it's just interesting because like that, it's the Fox brand is very conservative, and so that a football game, even they have to, have that. That's part of it. That touches that. You know what I mean? Like the conservative brand touches the sports thing, which should be apolitical. On top of the end racism that they got rid of in the end zone, and I don't know.
I didn't notice that.
Can we move on because just talking about him or thinking about him?
But that's another thing Jamie didn't hear of.
Yeah.
Seriously, you didn't know they did that?
You guys should do like a thing every week, like a question, like a current events thing.
Does Jamie know? Jamie
thing?
Oh, for sure. I've thought that before. We need every week. We need to bring something that we need to introduce Jamie to.
But then you also have to like pick out a random NFL player, and I can tell you where they went to college.
That is his other freak talent. He does know where literally every pro player went to college.
But anyway,
how about? Hold on, no. Let me give you one. How about?
He rarely misses. I'm not saying he'll get him 100%, but he rarely.
I'm trying to think of a hard one. I was going to say Sean Alexander. I'm sure you know that one.
That would have been Alabama.
Jesus. Okay.
Assuming you meant the running back.
Yeah.
How about Broncos kicker Will Lutz?
You got me on that one.
Kickers aren't football players.
I know, but I just wanted to go. I wanted to.
What about? I think I know the answer to this. Tiki Barber.
He went to Virginia.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, what about Rondé then?
Virginia.
They both went to Virginia.
Yeah. I'm sure this is a riveting program.
I got one. Jared Allen.
He went to Idaho State, I believe.
I think you're right.
You might no.
Something State. Montana State?
I think it was Idaho State or Montana State. One of them.
Hold on.
Yeah. You got to double check me on that one.
No. I've got I've got the complete set of 1995 score football cards right in front of me. So
I don't know if he's going to be able to
random player.
How about Brian Urlacher?
Brian Urlacher went to New Mexico.
How about Junior Seau?
He went to USC.
How about C.J. Gardner-Johnson?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna guess Maryland, but it's probably wrong.
The thing is, I have no idea. I mean, you could be. I'm just thinking of the first.
He was right on all of those. He was right on all
about,
those, except I don't know about C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Hold on, I'm still looking up.
Fullback Keith Byers.
Dang. I knew at one time.
I got him.
So you were correct. Jared Allen was Idaho State.
Idaho State, yeah. Where's Keith Byers from?
Ohio State.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that one. Keep in mind that these are 1985 football cards, or what year? 1995?
95. What about Don Peepee?
Don Beebe?
Yeah, that's what I said. Don Peepee.
I knew it one time. No, I don't know.
I've never even heard of it.
Don Peepee.
Don Peepee went to
Chadron State? No.
Yes, Chadron State College. What the hell is that? Where even is that? Good God! All right,
it's in Nebraska.
Anyway, all right. Wait. Gotta give me.
You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
Thank you.
You can't give yourself props. Speaking of Sam was part of the
Yes,
halftime
see, I
show.
can't imagine that was the first thing that happened on the halftime show, and me, I didn't even get that. Like, oh, this is going to be some sort of political statement or some sort of no, yeah. I was just like,
Well,
it's too loud. I need to leave.
Like I said, I skipped most of it live, but I saw the end of it, and I remember we were talking for a long time. Like, is this supposed to be Squid Game or PlayStation? Like with all the triangles and X's and squares.
Yeah.
And then I realized after the fact, I was probably like, it's probably both, or like
kind of both.
Probably. And because we were talking about that the whole time, we missed 10 other things.
There's a little bit of a prison yard feel. Did you guys notice when they made the American flag and then they divided it in half because America is divided in half? And
I had no idea.
They turned their backs. Did you see that they turned their backs because America has been built on the backs of slave labor? Did you guys know that?
yes, sir.
Apparently, they said that when some of those bodies were falling down, they were forming swastikas.
Yes, apparently.
I didn't
really see the swastikas though. Yeah.
I'll need to go back and rewatch for that. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get the prison yard thing until afterwards. Like at the time, I was like, this just feels very minimal.
Yeah, it's very minimal. Not a lot of guests. It was just SZA and then what's her name? Serena was just dancing, but it was a minimal show. But
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
I enjoyed it. Yeah,
it was good. I was just not in the right spot for it, right headspace. And again, like not knowing the lyric, like all the imagery was great, but I don't know how much the imagery connects to the lyrics because I don't know what the lyrics are, and I couldn't really understand them. But it looked cool.
Good. So where do we go from here, man? Just roll right into baseball season.
Arizona.
Pitchers and catchers on Wednesday, or when do they go down? Friday?
I don't know. Friday, maybe?
I think Wednesday. I honestly think it's Wednesday.
Probably. I don't know.
So, which is tomorrow, I guess. No, then it would Thursday, maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
Well, and tomorrow will also be a snow day for my kids. So.
Yeah, snow day. Snow day for my kid as well. She's upstairs sleeping.
So,
we have. Well, we didn't even get the. I mean, we would have gotten the snow day, but tomorrow was already a scheduled day off for them anyway. It was like an in-service day for the teachers. But then, had the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, the parade probably. Well, I guess I don't know. The snow probably would have delayed the parade.
Oh yeah.
But all week I had been thinking, well, Wednesday will be off for either the parade, will be off for the school, and then now, of course, the snow is like that preempted everything.
Yeah, Macy is off of school Thursday, Friday, and Monday, and then school got canceled tomorrow, so she literally doesn't have to go back for a week. Yeah, she kind of lucked out. So,
nice.
Well,
yep. What else?
Yeah. Do you have any recommendations or anything?
I went to see a movie today. Love Hurts with Ki Wong. What's his name? With Data from the Goonies.
Data.
Wait, what was his name in Temple of Doom?
Short Round.
Short round. Yeah. So it was kind of a silly. It was very much. It was a kung fu movie, and it was silly. It had Marshawn Lynch is in it. He's hilarious, dude. He's funny in every movie I've seen him. This is the second movie I've seen him in, and he's. It's called Bottoms. I think you can find it streaming. He's like the gym teacher for this high school. He's good. He's funny.
About the gay guys in the relationship.
No,
you're thinking of Bros.
You're thinking of Bros. Yeah, this is about lesbian girls in high school. That I don't know. He was their gym teacher. They start like a fight club, basically. But anyway, he was good. But anyways, the movie I saw today. Love Hurts. It was pretty good. What else did I see? I saw You're Cordially Invited, currently streaming on Prime with Will Ferrell and what's the girl's name? Legally Blonde.
Reese Witherspoon.
It was all right. It was fun.
See that.
Gets a little silly. So when you watch it, you'll know when it gets to this part. You're like, all right, this gets kind of more than silly, gets kind of ridiculous. But then something I did watch that was really good was It's on Netflix.
Is it the Amy Schumer movie?
The Amy Schumer movie, Kind of Pregnant. Very, very, and I'm not a huge Amy Schumer fan. Very, very funny. Will Forte is the love interest. Very good in it. Also, the other guy from Saturday Night Live.
I thought we were quite good in it.
He used to play Eric Trump.
Oh, Alex Moffat.
Alex Moffat was in it, like in a cameo, like not a cameo.
Yeah.
He was like a side character. Great. Yeah. He's hilarious.
A guy who bought a boat was always one of my favorite bits of his on.
He's kind of that guy here, but it's more of a college guy. But watch that movie. That movie is actually, if I recommended any of those three, it would be watch this, not that.
Yeah.
Watch Kind of Pregnant, not Cordially Invited.
I also like Jillian Bell. She played Amy Schumer's sister, I think. She was on Workaholics. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yes. She was good in this as well.
Which she made a movie, I think, that she wrote and starred in called Brittany Runs a Marathon. Have you ever seen that?
I saw that at the movie theaters. I went and paid my money. I put my money down to watch that movie. It was very good. Yeah. She's also very good in Office Christmas Party. But anyways, go ahead.
I saw a good movie on Netflix. It Ends With Us. Blake Lively. That's the one. Her and Justin Baldoni. That's the one where they're suing one another for sexual harassment on scene on the set. But I thought it was a very good movie. I liked the story. Anita and I watched that I think Friday night. And then one I'm still trying to debate whether or not I'm fully getting into it yet. I don't know. Have you guys seen on Max Shining Vale with Courtney Cox?
No.
Horror movie, more of a thriller, I guess is what you'd call it, but it's a series. She's a writer. House that she and her husband and family moved to might be haunted. Anyway, I'm just third episode in, trying to decide whether or not it's something I stick with, but only 2 seasons. So not necessarily recommending it, but definitely recommend. And I was telling mom and dad about it, but It Ends With Us. I like that one. It was a good one.
Nice.
I'd have to say I saw this week the Jerry Springer documentary on Netflix. Excellent. It's kind of a quick watch, so I bet definitely worth watching. And I just started the OJ Simpson thing.
I saw there's another new one.
I forgot what it's actually called, but I think it's like the only it'll show up as something new on there, but it's really, really good. I mean, and you would think being our age that you would know a lot of the stuff that went on, but it's really well done.
You said this is a new one on Netflix?
Yeah, new one, which is that's why I paused, because I'm like, I've seen so many OJ things recently.
No,
there's new information in this one.
What's that?
There's new information. Like, I feel like I know everything about that.
I feel like there is. Like,
all right.
But then again, I'm always behind on things. It's called American Manhunt O.J. Simpson, and they also have one American Manhunt, the Boston Marathon bomber guy or whatever. But yeah, this one's American Manhunt O.J. Simpson. It's really good. I like it.
I'll have to give that a try. I got really into OJ documentaries a few years ago, though. The best one is the Made in America one that's like 5 parts. You can find it on ESPN.
That was really
Plus,
good.
I think. Yeah.
Is that which one's the movie where they have actors playing?
That was there was a TV show. The
like
one with
Sterling K. Brown, like Johnny
he was
Cochran?
Darden. No, he was Christopher Darden.
I liked that one.
That one was good. That one was good. So when I say I was in, watching that a couple years ago, I watched that Made in America one, and then I watched that, and it was interesting to do that one second, because then it feels a little too fictionalized. You can tell what they really built up for drama.
Sure.
But no, that was good too. Those were both good.
And I did catch that Menendez Brothers one. I think it was on Netflix or whatever. Really good stuff. Man,
was it the actor, like the miniseries one, or the actual documentary? The documentary?
Really, really, really good. Anyway,
well, so then for my
I was just gonna say, if I had to go upstairs and watch OJ or Jerry Springer, which one would I watch first? Springer. Okay. Go ahead, Andrew.
Okay. Well, I'll do my recommendations, but just piggyback off that, I if anyone hasn't seen the OJ Made in America one, and if you do watch Jamie's and you want more, I highly recommend the OJ because it's 5 parts and each part is an hour and a half and could be its own whole thing. It focuses first on how famous OJ got. Then it was just strictly an hour and a half on OJ and his wife's relationship. Then it was, and it just really broke it all down. And for someone like me who was around at that time, but I was too young to really know. But if anything, I remembered more so than the trial and all the story were the comedians and like the Saturday Night Live sketches and all that kind of stuff. So I knew the names, and it was kind of funny to it was almost like reverse engineering jokes from 20 years ago, like where I heard all these punchlines from Chris Rock and Dana Carvey and Damon Wayans, and then now it's like, oh, now I know exactly who they were talking about.
Interesting.
But no, the one I was going to recommend before though is a TV show St. Dennis Medical. It's a comedy.
I watched the first episode. I liked it.
I think it's gotten.
I've only seen one.
Yeah, and I think it's gotten better since then. But and it's not like redefining anything. It's right in line. It's just like Superstore and American Auto and all those kind of workplace comedies that NBC has been doing the last couple of years. But they nail it because they know how to write jokes and they cast lots of funny people. And so it's just another one of those that's just really good. And I think it's worth your time if you're looking for something light and whatnot. And then and I've gotten back into the Daily Show lately, or really lately, meaning like the last year. But I really like what they're doing there because I totally tuned out the whole Trevor Noah years, and I didn't like that. I do not like him. I do not think he's funny at all. I just catch the Daily Show on YouTube. Oh, okay. I record it now and watch it, and I like the correspondence they have on there. And they don't have a host; they rotate hosts weekly, and I actually kind of like that because you get different. I like them all, and you get different perspectives and takes and whatnot. But there's still some of the remnants of the Trevor Noah era. Like the theme song is very hip hoppy now, and like they go to commercial, and you kind of see like them in front of the green screen, and it breaks the illusion. And I'm like, I don't know. You could tell like there's remnants of the Trevor Noah era that's still there, but I highly recommend if you dropped out of the Daily Show or anytime recently, go back because they're doing really good stuff now.
All right. Do we have a quit acting stupid or a clip? I know we don't have a clip.
I think quit acting stupid would go to the Chiefs offensive line. No?
Could be they could be nominated. What about Philly fans who are burning down the city?
There we go. That's what I think we touched on that before. I think when we were talking before we started recording. Yeah, because they the ones that burned all the linen truck or whatever, they pulled everything out and started burning it.
I didn't see that. I just saw them ripping like the traffic lights out and stuff.
I saw that, yeah. And like you rip it out of the ground and knock it down, and then it's like, well, now what? And then they go and they stomp out all the lights on it.
Yeah,
like
where
does it end? What's the point of this? What's the
and so what? Yeah, what are you trying to? I don't understand what the goal is of that.
If you knocked it down, I could understand. It's like, we're powerful, we did it, but it's like, but then you're stomping it. It's really like, fuck these lights, like
what did they do to you? I'll also nominate Andy Reid for not making a change. I mean,
no adjustments whatsoever.
None. No adjustments.
So here's something. The last little Chiefs thing I was going to ask you guys earlier, I forgot, was I don't know if this is stupid, but would it have been crazy to have DJ Humphries, who at one point they were considering making their left tackle for the playoff run? Would it not have been crazy to put him at guard? Or I know tackle and guard is so different, but he's huge. He's the size of a left tackle.
Here's a question.
To answer your question, they should have put him in at left tackle and moved Tooney in back to guard where he's normally.
I'm gonna answer your question with a question. Could it have gotten any worse?
Exactly.
Nope.
No. Do something. I mean, like I feel like that meme of the tall guy with the stick. Like just do something.
I saw that a lot at halftime.
Wake up, man.
I know.
What are you doing?
They literally look like they had no passion, no enthusiasm.
There's no more games. No more
Well, 'cause
games
that's-
after tonight.
Because
Do
we
something.
talked about that eerily similar feeling to the other Super Bowl loss was this idea of like they can come back. I've seen them come back. They can do this. And so like all the way until like third quarter, you're like they could do this. But the difference was it's like they haven't done anything. They barely had the ball. Like I just had no faith.
Yeah, I think as soon as the Chiefs went down by 10, I think you saw the people saying, "Well, that feels like they're going to win because they've been down by 10 in each Super Bowl."
Stupid.
And then like immediately he throws a pick six. I'm like, "Oh, that 10 is now 17, and this doesn't look good."
I don't know if it was Carrington Harrison or Josh Briscoe. Somebody on the radio was just talking about how, they got punched in the mouth and they looked down and saw blood and, they had they were shell
idea
shocked.
what to
They
do.
had nothing,
Yeah.
didn't know what to do. They hadn't been punched
That's
like
They
Carrington.
never.
They were
Yeah.
out physicaled. Philadelphia
They
was
had
just
never
much
been-
more physical with them.
They had never been hit that hard, and they didn't know what to do.
I just think it was really ballsy to go into the season with a rookie left tackle and think that, hey, things will be fine.
Cost them now.
That
two
could be
chances
then.
at threes.
Brett Veach for quit acting stupid there. Like,
There you
what
go.
are you doing? What
How
are
you
you
going to
doing?
go into a season with a rookie left tackle? Come on, man.
But even when they realized halfway into the season that they needed somebody else, they got DJ Humphries, who was coming off of a major injury too. Like,
Well,
if
I
you're
don't
gonna
think
go
you
get
had-
help.
Who else are you going to get though? I don't think they have
Well,
much.
Donovan,
Donovan Smith, because Donovan
Yeah.
Smith in the middle of the season had been texting like, "I'm
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
like-
couch," or
I'm ready.
like, "I'm ready." Like,
And again, how much worse could he
I
have
said
been?
texting, but I meant tweeting. Yeah, how much worse could he have been?
Wasn't he terrible? But yeah, you're right. It wouldn't have been better than what we had.
he's got a Super Bowl ring.
That's true. That's true.
He had multiple
All
Super Bowls. He played for somebody else and won a Super Bowl too, didn't he?
Well,
Dang, why didn't they? Why didn't they go get him?
just do something. It may not be the right move, but do something because otherwise it looks like you're content to just get blown out. And
I will say though, looking forward, Xavier Worthy is a freaking beast, and then to
Can you
get
imagine?
Rasheed Rice back,
can you imagine Worthy over the top and Rice running routes underneath? Man,
because
they're
you've got nothing but old balls out there, and now next year you're going to come back with Worthy and Rice. I'm sure Travis will still be farting around in the middle of the field, but I mean that's a good start right there with those two guys.
Are you sure? Because there's a lot of talk that he's maybe done. So I can't imagine going out on a loss. But
I think
I
if
feel
they
like
would
he's
have
coming
won,
back.
he might have been done. But no, not like that. Like they got
I think
embarrassed.
I think he wants to go out on top. I don't think that's.
I mean, during that media day, they asked him, "What do you think you'll be doing? Where do you see yourself in 3 years?" And he's like, "Hopefully, still playing, winning football here." But
is that just an answer that you give to?
I feel like if you were thinking about not coming back, you wouldn't say that. I don't think, but I don't know. Who knows?
But oh shit, what was I gonna say?
Sorry,
No, it's okay. No, this is why I try to interrupt you all the time before I forget what I'm gonna say.
but we can't interrupt each other, guys. We gotta be
Well,
better.
I
with
have
it.
completely failed to keep us under an hour once
Yeah,
again.
not completely. 3 minutes. We're good.
But
We tried when we were shooting for 20.
yeah. I do notice that we have a clip of the week locked and loaded from past week that we never used, right?
Which one?
I don't
The
think
old
so.
race.
Oh, that was just something Bobby wanted me to put on there
Yeah, forget
because
that.
we had.
It's a clip.
Let's
It's a
play
clip.
it. Let's play it. Let's
All
let's
right,
play.
here
It.
we go. Clip of the
I
week.
remember what
It's
I was
not
gonna
a
say.
I don't know, but you need to.
That looked like the Super Bowl, and the guy in the green that won was the Eagles.
I don't know, but you need to test that guy that won for performance enhancing drugs. He's putting something in his Metamucil every morning.
That was the Eagles v. Everybody else was the Chiefs.
I think that was originally loaded for when we were talking about us racing each other.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
All right, were you joking about remembering what you were saying?
No, I did remember. I was gonna say Rasheed Rice is gonna be suspended at the beginning of the season.
Somebody reminded me of that today. Yeah, that he's got to sit out.
I
about
forgot
3 or
all
4 games.
about that.
Well, and that brings up a good question because when you look at the wide receiver room, Hopkins is going to be gone. Schuster's going to be gone. Watson's going to be gone, or at least they're free agents. Maybe even come back. But then Rice is going to be suspended. You'll have Worthy and Kelsey, and I don't know.
Maybe the NFL forgot too. Maybe the NFL forgot.
Maybe they could sign Hollywood Brown. I don't know.
I hope they don't watch our podcast.
Yeah,
but
like
I will say,
if we don't talk about it, they'll forget.
I did because I'm behind on everything. I did just like go back a month ago and watch the Hard Knocks on last year's like the off-season one with the Giants, where they were talking about Saquon also, and I was so into that. Like, I'm like, how do you get a job in a front office? Because this is where the fun, like, I don't know, just like these conversations and like trying to make it.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
I loved that. And so now that's where I'm at now, because this whole offseason is going to be this team's going to look completely different. Like you mentioned, when we talked about those big three of like Bolton, Reed, and Trey Smith, I see a possibility where none of them come back. And so then
Bolton's got to come back.
You got to have Bolton. Spagnuolo has said he's their Mahomes of the defense. So
not so much that they don't want him. I'm saying I think they could get outbid by other teams, but you know, it's just going to be a lot different. I'm looking forward to this.
That Hard Knocks you're talking about, the greatest clip is when the GM's son told him, "I think you should draft
Jaden Daniels."
Jaden Daniels. It's fucking great. It's great.
Yeah, but that's like, oh hey, yeah, we should also draft Caleb. Like that.
No, but they had like
they had Daniel Jones as their quarterback. You draft.
They had the third pick.
I thought he was.
No, but
not like they were.
I'm saying, how are they going to get up to number 2? They tried to get up to number 3. Picked. They couldn't do it. They tried to move up to the third with the Patriots.
Oh, that's right. They were trying to jump up to 3 with New England.
But even if they couldn't. But even if they had, he would have still been gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, your son had the right idea.
At the time, he didn't know. Did we all know he was going 2 at the time? Though we didn't know, did we?
Well, when you watch that show, they had multiple different ways it could fall. But I think they knew from talking to other teams who was interested in who. So they kind of said it's probably going to go Caleb and then Jaden, and then if they go Drake, or Right, anyway, well, that's my defense of Joe Shane, even though I think he probably should have still been fired anyway.
I think he's a moron and should have been fired, because you never go into a season with Daniel Jones as your quarterback and then to lose out on Saquon.
That's another one of those moments where I'm like, they're smart and I'm dumb, but I know not to pay Daniel Jones. Like, I know that.
It's like I know more than all of the GMs, because it's like I have this ability to look at signing Kirk Cousins by the Falcons, and they paid him an ungodly amount of money.
Terrible.
And I said this 10 months ago, this is going to work out poorly. He's not going to be what they think he is. And
then if you do it, instead of drafting somebody to help him, you draft somebody that plays the same position as him. Like, you guys make millions of dollars and have done it your whole life, but I know that you're doing it wrong. I play
fantasy football, and I know that you're a freaking moron. Yeah,
I don't even play Madden anymore. But anyways,
we should start a team and just run it. We should find a booster.
That's a good idea.
Kansas City needs a second football team. Let's be the owners.
We should be the Kansas City Car Paint Rockets.
Boy. I think this has been Mom's favorite show so far.
This show.
Sorry, Mom. No. We should have put a warning at the beginning to tell Mom just to turn this one off. You're not going.
Maybe this is our flat. Let's purge all the football talk from our.
I think we needed it. We pitchers and catchers report tomorrow or before Friday, I think. So.
Technically, I don't know if we wanted to go this route, but it's too late anyway. But you guys, Valentine's Day's on Friday.
God.
Anyway, that's a whole episode in itself.
No, it's not. Right. It's not even a drop. Valentine's Day. Stupid. Okay. So dumb.
All right. Well, on that note,
let's get out of here.
Yeah, we managed to squeeze out a whole other 10 minutes after I said that I couldn't get us under an hour, like of nothing, of just garbage.
I think it's actually good sports talk, but our main fans are gonna hate it.
Yeah,
our main fans, mom and dad.
All right. On that note, we're gonna crip walk out of here. For my brothers Jamie, Andy, Rudy, I'm Bobby D saying, till next time, quit acting stupid.
Not to get into too much troubles, okay?